we're Grand 7 and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 as we continue with our Spanish campaign. And hopefully we're nearing the end of the war with Italy and America. I think we're in a solid position to get something out of it. And I'm keen to kind of get in and design some more ships and advance a little timeline a little bit. I thought we'd start this one just having a quick squiz at the almanac. I had want to look to see how we were comparing it against the American and Italian fleets. Obviously, on our own, we're still very much behind ourselves. 163,000 tons overall. Italians coming in with kind of double that. America not quite as much. But yeah, obviously with France on our side, we more than outweigh them. One thing I did want to really catch my eye, I just had to open this up before I started recording, was Great Britain here has over 1 million tons of fleet. That's insane. Now, I know they have a pretty big budget, but they've got, 4 times our budget? Not quite 4 times our budget. And they have, 8 times the size of our fleet. It's crazy. It's huge. Essentially twice as big as any other fleet out there. It's wild. 50 battleships. So, yeah, let's not get into war with them, because we'll be blockaded from here until eternity. But yeah, I thought it was interesting to look at. Tech stuff, we're doing okay. We're saying average. I'll take that for just now. Germany and the USA are in front of us, so maybe those are the kind of people we can spy on. Yeah, we're not actually currently spying on America, and we probably should be. I'm quite happy to keep spying on these guys because we were trying to poke them into a war. Although, again, do I care about a war with Japan? Not really at this stage. Apart from it might be kind of interesting to do some Far Eastern stuff. But they've got nothing we can take. But they are a reasonable ally. So I'll leave it there for now. But we'll have to look. Once war ends and we start... a reasonable enemy, I should say. And we start looking at the next targets, we shall see. Yeah, aside from that, things are hunky-dory. We're still building our last versions of a kind of ironclads. And yeah, we'll probably have to retire some ships after the war and look to continue to spend our meager funds on continuing to improve our fleet and dance the political game to avoid wars against people that could severely blockade us. But right, enough of that for just now. Let's just advance some time. Convoy defense, sure. Don't have a choice. Unexpected battle. There's a convoy. We've got some of our actually, I don't know if these classes semi-dreadnoughts, considering they have got the large caliber secondaries. So yeah, I don't know, kind of semi-dreadnought here. These are some original ones. It's all we've got, and a couple of our destroyer flotillas. Okay, we shall see what happens. Usual checks with 6 hours until dusk. Sea state does limit ship speed, although I doubt that will be an issue given how slowly we're currently going. All we have to do is kind of play defense here. Now, typically, not always, but typically, I find and this is going to be proved wrong in a minute, but the defending fleet has a strength advantage. It's what I've traditionally seen in convoy defense or convoy attack. But maybe that we are so outshipped in terms of battleships, but that's not the case. And maybe that is not the case actually. Having seen that, what looks to be a 4 battleship battle line. Although if they are heavy cruisers, no, they're battleships. Okay. So you're at Sicilia class. I mean, I think my ships are better than that. Not by much, but a little bit. So 4 of those, I will happy to fight. They've got a lot of ancillaries in terms of support, which would be a bit of a pain in the bum to deal with, but we do have our little destroyers, which should help out, torpedoes and the like. I'm going to stay fairly close to the... Excuse me, where do you... oh, your signal's misunderstood. Okay. That's slightly problematic. I don't really want my destroyers to get murdered right now. Okay, you fixed, that's good. Yeah, we'll continue at cruise speed. They've split off some interestingly. Are they going to try and dive in? Oh, there's more down here at the transports. Let's bring our speed up a whole other knot. And let's put our fighting line north. And we'll start the engagement. We start engagement with a hit from the Munits, captained by Firmoon. Nice clean hit there, 12-inch guns. I'll wake them up. I'll let this run for a little bit. Destroyers are a little bit far away, to be perfectly honest. Because you get to honest at this point, you think, well, that's actually quite a nice time to do a bit of a destroyer run. So why don't we... I'll take maybe a smaller division. Get them onto personnel controlled and we'll get them back up. Personnel controlled. My control. Apart from that, no one has hit anything yet. I have to say that as the Munitz gets a penetrating hit. From a 7-inch, that's fair enough there. So I know their medium guns over 7 inches, they've got their secondaries. When I hit there from their heavy guns, not ideal. A miss. This is not how it's supposed to go down, team. And 2 more hits in the minutes. Where's our hits? We are particularly interesting. Okay, well, let's maybe try and pull away a little bit. You guys can maybe calm down. Bring up to 16. Keep you near the battleships. Perhaps we'll just lick our wounds after that first engagement. Little sharks at the back circling. Wow, we seem to do much better at long range. Yeah, there's another hit, albeit only with our 5-inch, but still. Get more hits at this distance, and probably does better for our armor as well. It's what we're going to do. Which destroyer group are you? Not this one. Excellent. Let's go. What's your squad max? Let's go. Yeah, let's go squad max. We're going to see if we can get in front of these. This destroyer line and potentially do a little bit of torpedoes. Yeah, just keep going as you are, I think, for a few more minutes before we do the turn in. Okay. Go for it. So we're going to go turn together. We'll go line abreast. We're going to head off like so. Do a little bit of our attack run. Oh, I just gets lit up there. Oh, and the Amelia. Go on, you need to be my hero here. Launch your torpedoes, please. Oh, you did. You did launch. Yeah, and you got one. Excellent. Okay, so this bad boy here. That was pretty expensive. Three destroyers to get a single torpedo hit. On the plus side, you know, one torpedo hit can be enough to take down a ship in this day and age, and we do have another destroyer flotilla nearby. It's not necessarily the worst. Let's try and pressure this Sicilia a little bit. So we can convince her that she really wants to sink. And indeed I'll even happily use my own torpedoes here. Watch out, I'm not abandoning my convoy to its fate. Okay, probably somewhere like this. This is my flag division, so I will happily launch torpedoes manually. All know the rules by now. My jeez. Oh my jeez. Okay. Oh. From another 16 shell. So, credit to... And you know what? I'm going to double check who that was in a minute. Hang on a minute. Lucarnus, got my name now. Who was... Because I was commenting last time our previous ship blew up to its... what we thought was a 6-inch shell. In fact, San Marcos probably the same. Yep. Although it could be the 7. Either way, we hadn't necessarily been expecting to penetrate the turrets at this kind of range. Do we have a range to the San Marco? We will do if we actually open up our torpedo menu. At 6,000 yards. We didn't necessarily think they were going to be punching through the turret armor. 11 inches. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So if you look at, you know, 6,000 yards, this one's not punching through. You know, our 11-inch gun's not punching through it. But it has the point that they may not be armored on top. I can't remember if they're designed, to be honest. And so what may be happening is because we're slightly further out, it's plunging fire, and therefore it's not hitting your nice thick turret armor, it's hitting the top of the turret and, you know, going through it. And that is likely why we're getting these flash fire turret destructions on our older ships. Which we've just seen, which is an absolute disaster. Very disappointing. If nothing else, hopefully I can take a little bit of anger on the Sicilia? I just think these just because I can't say the women names. Oh, I hate my life. I mean, yes, that was a known risk. It was a known risk because we were in torpedo range, therefore so was she. Assuming she had any left that weren't destroyed. But we missed ours and she did not. And Argonaut has sunk. Not even sinking, just sunk straight down. Sayonara, see you later. Oh, she get by 2. This is not a great start. This is not a great start. Well, yeah, this is starting going absolutely terribly. Alright, well, let's get out of here. We didn't even hit her. Didn't even hit her after all that, and we just lost 2 of our battleships. I need to stay in front of her so she can't fire any blooming torpedoes at me. I would like her to die. Kidding me. So we just got nailed by Vasilis's guns. 4 aft penetrating hit. Turret disabled. Hit our torpedo, there you go. That's a problem. One of the big arms hit our torpedo, caused an explosion. That's now causing flooding. We are severely damaged. This is not going well. Right, I've got one last thing to do is do this. Get really angry about life and fire my front torpedo arrow. And then we're going to limp away and try and get back to the convoy. And just have a little bit of a cry, I think. See if we can do our rear torpedo as well. I'm not even sure she's going to sink. No. We are in such a bad spot now. I think we may lose all 3 of these ships. It's fairly disastrous. I mean, I could send in my destroyers if I really wanted to make sure of the kill. But I'm a little... I don't know what the 3 ships here are. Oh, this is my destroyers from earlier. I'm a little worried what's going to happen next. So let's head back down towards the fleet. My speed's severely hampered. Okay, let's get these destroyers, see if we can't screen. But this could be a right royal disaster. Guys are needed over here. Go away. Oh, looks like a torpedo run if ever I've seen one. You guys can just straight. Hopefully you get a chance to launch some torpedoes. Don't fancy it. No, I don't do a rear chase. That's generally a bad idea. Okay, this is a much better situation where you're side on. But we are just getting chewed up by their secondaries, which is generally what secondaries are for, but they have not been this efficient thus far. Well, that went absolutely disastrously. They do have 16 2-inch guns, which maybe that's what's chewing up these destroyers. And so, oof. Okay. Well, this is going down the unmitigated disaster realm. Currently got a whole 8 knots. We are surrounded by Italian ships. I dare say the Munich is going to go down here. This is going to be our first and very painful naval disaster. I'm not sure there's much I can do about it, given how injured she already is. That 5-minute piece there where we thought we were taking out that Cilicia class. Pluton's going down. I try and run away, but this is painful to watch. I feel like they're just toying with you. Well, let's abandon the convoy and see if we can't get to Palma. I'm not hopeful. Oh, they're going to get so many victory points for this as well. Oh, there's darkness. We might make it out of here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Aggressive flooding, probably. Never recovered from that one hit. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm somewhat in a state of shock, to be honest. Now, one of these things happening, turret flash fire, copping a torpedo when you're knife fighting a torpedo range, or taking a hit from a dying ship to your own torpedoes causing massive flooding. You can accept that these things are going to happen. The fact they all happened at the same time within about 5 minutes, it's got me reeling. Yeah, there you go. All of 4 hits. It was another 6-inch. Turret hit turret. Oh, I think that's turret top. Is that what TT means? Okay, gotcha. Unbelievable. The Argonauta. Yeah, she had been hit, but just one torpedo. Where is it here? Torpedo magazine hit, ship blows up. But it was just one torpedo. No, it was 2 torpedo hits. Where's the other one? Oh, just both there. The Lepanto. Which didn't even sink. Didn't even have the grace of sinking as well. They were up to 118 flooding and they got under control. Yeah, no bother. Absolutely no bother. We'll limit that. Whereas the old Munits here. 25 flooding. Can do that. Ship sinking. I mean, these things happen, but I'm a little salty by how that went down. And yeah, I could have made better decisions. There's always that element to it, but still. Okay. Well, we always like a challenge. Let's see what we got. How bad is it? Not terrible. Not terrible. Can absolutely afford 1,000 VP. I don't want to call it anything. Thank you very much. Now you ask me about peace. I mean, I want peace quite badly. I don't really have the ships to do it. But I mean, what I could do is just pull out the Mediterranean again. The French are blocking the Italians, so they're going to collapse. I can take my heavy cruiser and just fight the Americans in the Caribbean. And continue to push for hawkish terms. We're gonna need the war reps and things to recover after this. Why not? Let's say we despite the loss of 3 big ships. Oh my god, are you What have I done to deserve this game? Why? Why? We're 15,000 victory points in front of the war. They are blockaded. We've just spent the last year and a half getting ourselves into a victorious position, and we're not getting anything. Nothing. Nada. No compensation. No annexation, despite our most hawkish of stances. Actually, let's take spying off that. So where does that leave us? Well, the good news is when our 4 newer ships land, we won't have to scrap any of our older ironclads. The battle line of 7, that seemed reasonable, although 2 of them are in a pretty poor state. I'm still not convinced about these chaps. In fact, it's time for a refit. So we could look at what that's going to look like. Not that we have the money for a refit right now. Oh my god, my navy's small. Hurts. Right. You can go on to mothball because you guys have a trade protection. You're my foreign tonnage, that's fine. You guys actually need to come home to get refitted. I will move you back home. We may need to put someone on just roaming foreign stations. You need a refit. Let's do that just now. Nice. Rebuild. It's just going to be a lick of paint. I don't use you for anything else. Do you have depth charges or anything? Minesweeping gear on you, I suppose. If you're not going to do any ESW. Do you have space for that? You do have space for that. Okay. Yeah. Right. Only one of you. We'll do that. Good. Who else we got? These guys are in the med. That's fine. That's kind of where we park our main fleet for some reason. Let's bring everyone here back to the med. Although presumably, is that going to be enough for our foreign stations? Well, we'll find out. Bring you home, and we'll move people around as required. Let's go. Not Caribbean. You're in the Caribbean. Mediterranean, please. I just bring them to. Let's go Northern Europe. Let's bring everyone up to Northern Europe. People in the med, come to Northern Europe. Although some of you are getting refit, right? And we'll deal with that when everybody's there. We can afford this for a month. Let's advanced return. Britain's spending more money to keep it preeminent because apparently 1 million tons of ships is not enough. Of course it's not. Right, you go to Northern Europe as well. And you guys are all here in mothball. Beautiful. Let's kick. Large destroyers. That is something else we probably want to replace is our destroyer fleet. Again, we can't afford it right now, but we'll get there. Well, I've known you guys moved. God. Let's put you 2 onto reserve status. Man, why have I got no money? It's probably for spending on building. Well, construction is only 4. Must be pretty close. They are. Well, looks like I'm going to have to halt this one for just now, though. Okay, keep going. I'm going to say no. So I believe it is cheaper to do it refit straight after, which that's exactly what we'll do. A political murder in the Balkans. Yeah, we'll push the tension up. I mean, there's no real risk of a war, and higher tensions will give us a bit more money. And indeed it does. That was a few extra thousands on our yearly budget, so I'll take that. Put you can go into mothball. You're old. You guys are about to be refit. You can probably be mothballed. Reserve. Save the pennies. I'm probably going to put these guys on reserve as well. There we go. We now have positive funds. We're going to use that to Alt U. Let's get these out. I do also need to look at refits, but we'll probably wait a couple of months till the first three are done. No, no, no. Thank you very much. Oh, great. We don't reach our design speed. That's disappointing. Aquitaine has got terrible fitness. Fine. Prime Minister wants battleships to increase our national prestige. She wants us to build 2 additional battleships. I have other priorities, to be perfectly honest. But you will give me money, so sure. Must have three. Did 2 additional. Because this one's halted. Right, let's get those 2 out and about. Thank you, thank you. Good. Oh, excellent. Britain and France are aligned. That's not terrifying at all. Although we're allied with France, so maybe we can end up with Britain on our side. Okay, you guys, I'm just put you straight onto reserve. You know, you're working. No, where are these ones here? Reserve. And then we're going to. Okay, so we need to build. One more. 4 months. I'm not going to be able to design a new thing in 4 months. How easy is it to cheese this? Can I build one and then cancel it? The minute all we've got is Alejandro, which I suspect is not really using the best of our tech. I wonder if we can do a... Yeah, like a variation of the class for... How long will that take? Do we have any better guns? I don't think we do. Nope. Do we have better fire control? God, it's only speed 18. Right, just out of interest, if we want to keep it like this, what would that cost me? Select another name. Ship is narrow belt. How long would it take? Or am I being forced to build one more of these? One month. No. What difference am I really getting here from my current design? Actually, almost nothing. I've not got better guns. I've got better fire control, but I'm going to refit them all anyway. I don't get a bunch more weight through new technologies. Do I have coal and turbine? No, I have not. Turbines for me, okay. So do you know what? Apparently the Alejandro is the best one I've got, so sure, you can have one more. Fine. Okay, and you're happy I have this building. Cool. All right, let's go through our refits then. Let's start, see what we can do with these little ones. We go to open and rebuild. So these are tiny, quote-unquote heavy cruisers. I wonder if there's any way, what's your armor? Nah, I was going to say if you could reclassify them as lights, but they're too armored. They're only down to 17 knots. I mean, this is where you'd kind of say, well, maybe we'll put them into kind of a foreign station type role. But also slow. I don't really like them, to be perfectly honest. Is it worth scrapping them? I mean, the thing is, the maintenance cost is so small. So if we were to... Sure, we got nothing better. No. What do we call but 0 quality 5-inch guns? We would want better fire control. That's about it, really. if we want to so that's going to cost me like almost nothing. If we want to offset the loss of speed due to age and replace the machinery, so rebuild cost of 500 goes up to 3 million now. And we get back to 18 knots. Probably not really worth it yet. At 17 knots, well, I mean, they're keeping pace with our new slow battleships. So actually 17 knots is fine. Apart from that, they're small and they're kind of rubbish. So let's not do that. Let's close this without saving it. I think we are going to keep these for just now, because we need hulls. And we're probably just going to do fire control and that's it. We've got 31 weight remaining, but I don't think we could really want to do anything with that. Well, I suppose you could fire on some more tertiaries. That doesn't really cost you. Surprising number, actually. Have any... Oh. Now we could... that's not very many. 6, 3, so 3 on each side. Maybe we just go a large number 2-inch, just for chewing through these lighter destroyers. Not that there's going to be lighter destroyers for much longer, but... 14 2-inches, or I can get... 6 3-inches. Let's go for the 2s. Okay, we'll do that. Got fire control. Yeah, still only 3 months, not costing very much. Do it. Well, I can't help that, I'm afraid. Unless we bulge them. But no, then they're going to 15 knots. I don't want to do that. Okay, rebuild these 3 ships. Who else needs a bit of love? Well, I'll tell you what, you guys also need to be mothballed, don't you? Let's refit these fine fellows. Design for rebuilds, what I want to do. Again, I'll probably just stick some... Can I afford that? No, not really. Alright, liquor paint, I'll do. Don't care, you're just a Corvette. You don't really do anything for me. I'm happy to keep you non-obsolete. Limit of my... okay, that's fine. Who else is obsolete? The Rio Familia and Pedro de Aragon. Well, let's look at you first. Let's get you central rangefinder. That's probably it. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything else we need to do particularly. And we've got a little bit of spare weight. Throw on some more tertiaries. Okay, how's our funds looking? We could probably get away with refitting the Real Familia as well. Okay, yeah, you got 4-inch tertiaries. It's a bit nicer. We need to take you up to central rangefinder. We're now disturbingly the fastest heavy ship I have. There's no real weight to play around with. Yeah, narrow about short range. Yeah, I get you. Okay, we'll get those rebuilds done. I'm not feeling the love for my navy at the minute. Oh, that's nice. Ships feel somewhat lackluster. Oh, rate of fire improvement, I'll take that. Rebuilds out. Cruisers for corvettes. National hero. There's a fight we might actually be able to win. 1% machinery. That's quite nice for when we build our next machine. Okay, we don't have to worry about on the review battleship program. Good. I'll just push it 1 month to get that out of the way. Much praise. Excellent. The man in charge is happy. Okay, Capitano de Nave Al Miguel happened to bump into the Prime Minister recent opera performance and they hit it off. Now the Prime Minister wants Capitano de Nave Al Miguel to command our newest ship, the San Fulgencio. Sure, I don't really care. Or I can just get rid of him. What do I know about him? Nothing. On general principle, can't have that sort of brown nosing in a navy. Ooh, coastal submarine. Ooh. That's really annoying timing. Better 8-inch guns. Who uses 8-inch guns? You do. So I could have refit your turrets. I still can, I suppose. I've not lost huge amounts of money. No, it's 8 times 6, not that's number times size. So you don't use the inch. Does anyone use the inch? These guys do. That's their main armament of 8 inches, which I probably need to upgrade. Okie dokie, let's do that. I don't think these guys are in for refits, so that's probably fine. And maybe we'll look at leaning into this 8 inches a little bit more. So let's go open design for rebuild. This is quite a lengthy rebuild to replace the turret here. It's going to take 12 months. But let's have a quick look at the kind of penetrative gun data. So you're talking, I don't know, let's do so 4,000 yards to get through 8 inches. 8,000 yards, or well, actually 6 inches. Yeah, about 8,000 yards. So trying to remember that. Maximum range of just under 10. If we go to quality 0. That's only 6 months for that's good. At 4 inches, we're now getting through 4,000 yards. We're now getting through 9 inches about, and we've got a maximum range of 10,450. So that's a reasonable increase. We've got central range already. Weight's a bit of an issue. How much of an issue? Wow, these 2-inch shells are pretty light, eh? Okay, we just got 6 tons over. I don't really think that matters. It's a rounding error in terms of overall displacement. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Main guns less than 9-inch caliber, blah blah blah. Turret, yeah, it's fine. We know that. Okay. Yes, rebuild all these. That's quite a nice upgrade, actually. Maybe some, yeah, so maybe we do probably more heavy cruisers because we do need those. Actually, no, destroyers is the next thing. Next thing we need to do is replace our destroyer flotilla. A little bit of money in the bank, but let's wait till we've got a scooch more before we start doing that. Do need to sort Alejandro's out, but we can. Maybe we'll do it once this first one is done. Monumencia is just going to happen to lag a little behind. Nope, we're going to sort that after the fact. Don't worry about it. Reduce naval spending in favour of social programs. Absolutely not. Damage control. Good. World's getting a little bit more cranky. Well, no one in particular. Japanese heavy cruiser. Yeah, okay. 5-inch belt, a little heavier than what we've seen. In fact, for an armoured cruiser, that's reasonably fast, I suppose, as expected with the new one. Slowed down to the 7-inch main armament, so not so much punch. Saving hull, that's nice. New ship out. Sell us rights to improved torpedoes, please. Always take it. Enables secondary wing double turrets up to 10 inches in caliber. Oh. Okay. Not that we're in a position to build any new battleships anytime soon. I think we are in a position, though, to build more destroyers. And I think we have, it's 500 tons now? 2 of 500 tons. Okay. So these should be much more capable than we currently have. And I really want more torpedoes. Yeah, I'm not convinced by these wing guns. Oh, it's my secondaries. Okay. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, only 2 torpedo turret mounts feels light. Can I add 2 more somewhere? We're limited on center line, but we could potentially add them. We've got Q and V. And after that, which ones are where? H and I we want. Not really, that looks a bit silly. One after that. J and K. Kind of. That's fine and dandy. I mean, we could also just lose the aft gun. I do tend to like these as more torpedo boats than anything else. We delete that, and then we could move our torpedo to the rear. So let's stick a... not aft sub. Can't go any further back. Apparently not. So these are all just in the middle, aren't they? Yeah, yeah, much more further forward. Oh no, P slightly further back. Okay. Mildly confused, but that's fine. We'll get rid of... oh no, I want a W. I bet this is enthralling watching me faff around with this stuff. It's V I want to get rid of. Okay, good. And... you know, I've got Q, P, W. I can't afford all these. Let's get rid of P. Nope. I can't remember which ones I added, which ones I haven't. Stick you on, take you off. How's that look? Oh, not terrible. We'd have a 4-inch gun. Quality 0, which seems reasonable. We're a little bit overweight. I think we can, tell you what we can do. I'm pretty confident we can do is we put in... definitely what we want. W seems... is there not one that sits here? Just no. Okay, we're going to delete that. We'll get rid of V. We're going to get rid of our swivel mounts. Get 3 torpedoes, 4-inch gun, 27 knots. Okay, should be a bit more survivable. I'm not convinced by the placement of everything there, to be perfectly honest. But that looks okay. So we've got a 3 torpedo broadside. Yeah, fire control, don't cross deck fire. We don't have any secondaries, but I suppose I could give you none. Excellent. In that case, just have some more rounds, I think. Okay. I don't know, it seemed reasonable. It must have built armor if it has armored guns. Don't armor them then. Too many. Ah, I don't have space for 4 centerline mounts. I thought I did. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing. How do I feel about only having a 2 torpedo broadside? Honestly, not great. We'd have to do this, which is legal, not ideal. And give him a couple of 2 inches. I know we're sitting in the wrong place, but Can we? Yeah, I'm not gonna play around with that. We're gonna have floating guns. Oh, there we go. Sorted. I'm not enjoying this as much. I don't think it's as good. I also probably want, if I'm gonna have another turret mount, to have it further forward in the whatever one that was. No. W. That gives us better kind of broadside arcs for torpedoes. Okay. This'll do. I'm feeling very so-so with the ships we're designing these days. It might just be we're in that kind of realm where tech's not great and you only get so much stuff. But it just doesn't feel awesome, you know? How many of these? Let's knock out 12, actually. Thank you very much. Place our losses. Right, ships in service. Are we going to be able to afford this? Yes, once our rebuilds finish. We've currently got an active. Oh, you guys don't need to be. You can go absolutely be mothballed. You guys can be mothballed and you can be reserved. Do on active, that's fine. Cruisers come back. Lovely jubbly. Vets can be mothballed and the cruisers are here. Yeah, probably reserve. We need to watch our pennies here. We have some serious rebuilding to do. We could start knocking out some submarines as well. We'll probably do a batch of those after the destroyers get built. Okay, the ship has finished. So let us potentially look at, because Romancy is still a year and a half away, the new Alejandro the First. Oh, that's a really odd order. I don't know why I've done that. And we will open build for rebuild, and we just want to do it central rangefinder. Apparently we don't want to wait for it. Well, we probably just go over a little bit. It's fine. Yeah, because nothing else I really want to change at short notice. I mean, we could, I suppose, potentially. Doesn't really make any difference, but I also don't think we need 220 rounds of 3-inch guns. All right, let's just do this. This should be okay. Slightly overweight, not a problem. You get a thick but narrow belt. Okay. Yes, please build those. Excellent. So we still have up-to-date fire control, which is important. Donate a bit early. Very similar to the other one. Damage, this is good. Okay, they've all finished. They can go back into reserve. A sudden slump in the economy has led to widespread unemployment and poverty, as well as cutbacks in military spending. Don't like cuts. Lose some budget and prestige. I'm just going to say I don't like cuts. Seems like the least worst option. And our fine fellows here have been rebuilt. Let's stick you into reserve. Okay, money is still positive. That's good. We'll let it build up a little bit more of a war chest, and then we'll probably look to expand. I think maybe a new batch of cruisers leaning in on our improved 8-inch guns, I think is probably what I'm feeling. We might be quite similar to these Carlos Emperados. Although we'll look to see if we can't get some more armor on them. It might be quite interesting. I'm going a little bit long here, so I'm going to cut this. We're not actually going to build these immediately, but I just wanted a quick check if we do. Yeah, just do that for just now. Yeah, okay, so look, so we can get up to the. Worry about it a minute, but we can get up up to kind of 5 inches of belt. Although it's only at 20 knots, it's not as fast. It's not as fast. Oh, we really downsized your secondaries, didn't we? Ah, to get the quality 0. Yeah, that's true. Which might still be worth it. I don't know how far away quality 0 6 inches are. But that would solve our problems. Again, dropping down to those lower caliber guns. And trying to just being reliant on our 8 inches. And then we'd actually have reasonable belt armor. And yeah, maybe we could play around enough to get a knot of speed. Okay. Oh, actually, one last thing I want to check. We'll do it again with an armor cruiser design. How is everyone else doing? So who was ahead? Like, well, Britain's obviously a prime target. What have you got in terms of caliber? You've got quality 0 10 inch. That's interesting. Quality 1 3 inch. Again, that's bet. But your 10 inch is something to be concerned about. Yankee Doodle also has quality 0 10 inch. Okay. Oh, so do we. That's not to be concerned about then. I take it back. Well, then there's an option actually. Yeah, we could go for an upgunned heavy cruiser. Focusing on the 10s. I'd probably rather do the 8s, and then we can just spend a little bit on retaining a bit more usefulness in terms of speed. Okay, anyway, we'll play around with that later. Okay, well, I think we can draw this one to a close. This has been a pretty disastrous episode, to be perfectly honest. We had a really poor battle at the start where we lost 3 of our battleships. The Munits, who else went down then? 5th the 5th. The Argonauta, the Reina Donna Isabel II herself. And yeah, who went down with them, more importantly? Let's show me purely the dead people. So Blaze we knew about last time. So Fermun, after much praise, has gone down with the Munits. And then there's some people we don't really care about. Okay. Anyone we know about managed to survive and retire? No. Although I dare say they're probably not far away. All the named people are getting far too high in rank. I mean, that's why they line up. All these chaps lost their command because they ended up becoming rear admirals. As I say, I'll fix it when we get to next war. But yeah, so a disastrous battle. And then we went for a white peace. So a 1.5 years worth of efforts and we get nothing out of it, which I'm pretty irked by, to be perfectly honest. I feel we've been shortchanged in a couple of wars. And it's really really denting our ability to grow our navy to go toe-to-toe with the big boys. Yeah, because at the minute, France, Germany, Britain would just smoosh us. And that's look at our budget, man. It's just so small. And that's why we need war reps to build that. But yeah, we'll keep going and see where we end up. It is early days yet. So yeah, hope you enjoy this one. I'll, as ever, leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.